What's your favorite Josh Allen story? What do you have for me on that front?
Josh, oh, man, I got way too many stories. This guy, every day I come into work, he's always, like, messing with me. And he's, like today, like, hey, what's up, Grandpa? How you doing, Grandpa?
Grandpa?
Yeah, Oh, well, I found out I was the oldest receiver in the NFL. And, a lot of people look at it like it's a bad thing. I look at it like it's a good thing. Hey, man, I survived everybody. Like I'm the OG of the league in terms of receivers right now. And it feels good because, yesterday, at practice, I clocked 20 miles an hour. I was the third fastest on that day. And, to be the oldest receiver in the league still doing that, man, it felt good, And so if what's really going to feel good is go out and make some plays and really get a win on Monday and, be able to, keep rolling and keep winning and hopefully, win it all at some point.
So you said Grandpa got ticketed for speeding? Is that what you're telling me, that story, Emmanuel? Is that what you're telling me? In the 15-mile-an-hour zone? So what happened?
So on the field there is no speed limit on the football field. You know what I mean? They encourage Grandpa to go faster.
Wow. Okay, so Josh Allen's having fun like that, but it does appear that you do have a connection with him right now.
Yeah.
How does that develop? How did you develop that with him? Obviously, over the last 3 months.
I think it's just two competitors, but at the same time, like we kind of get each other too. Josh is one of those guys, man. Like he understands that football is a game, and he plays the game of football not only from a mental standpoint or from a professionalism standpoint. He has all that, but also just from a kid's standpoint of how he plays the game and having fun, because it is a game that we play, and he reminds me that every day. Because sometimes my 12-year career, like I get so caught up in just the job part of it, I forget that it's a blessing to play a game. Football is a game, but they pay us a lot of money to do it. So sometimes you get lost in it. Coming into work and seeing this dude every day, like his wittiness. Way that he wants to joke around, but also be serious at the same time. It just makes work so much fun. And, I'm having the time of my life out here.
How good is Diggs, Emmanuel? How good is Diggs?
The exception of the weather right now. Today it was cold outside. It was cold today.
Well, Emmanuel, I hate to tell you, you live in Western New York, man. I mean, this just in.
Know, right?
This just in. It's going to get colder. It's going to get colder.
Exactly. That's what everyone's telling me.
Yeah, I know. So how good has Diggs been? You got a front row seat now seeing him up close in person.
Oh, man, he's good. Man, today at practice, I was just watching. Like I said, it was cold outside, and this guy's come bursting off the ball. He's running into the huddle. He's dancing. He's having fun. And one of the hardest working guys I've been around. And it's the reason why he's had so much success. Just from a competitive standpoint, being on the sideline on games day with this guy, like I tell him, like Diggs he's already Diggs in terms of at practice, but on game day he turns into like a whole nother like monster. He's just so competitive and so like locked in and just screaming. I tell people all the time, like every game Diggs is gonna lose his voice because he's screaming, he's hollering, he's getting the guys going, he's bringing so much energy to the game. Out of everybody I've played with, like he's the most energetic player I think I've ever played with, and passionate player that I've ever played with in terms of showing it and in his emotions and the way that he go about his business.
Yeah, I don't even know if you can call it a route that he ran on Thanksgiving night. What was that like in the film session? Looking at that one again on the goal line that he scored the touchdown on. What was that like?
Beautiful, and it's crazy because when I was watching film, he had ran a similar like a slant route on Marshawn, probably like 15 plays prior to that, but he won on the slant, and so in the release that he took this exact same release on that return route, but except instead of slanting in, he slanted him and then broke him back out. That just goes to show what type of route running capabilities you have in terms of how he's setting up guys in the game, knowing that at some point it's going to be, another move off that same route, off that same release. So he's one of the best in the game. Like I said, he was All-Pro last year, one of the best in the game. I've been fortunate enough to play with a lot of good receivers, Antonio Brown, Demaryius Thomas, Michael Thomas, now him, and just seeing how these guys go about their business. That's the reason why they have so much success.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.